plaintiff, Bill Hudspeth, says when he first started dating the defendant, he had a girlfriend on the side, so he ended things with the defendant. However, after that girlfriend left him, he and the defendant reconciled, and they moved in together. Bill says after they broke up, he was forced to call the police because the defendant refused to give him his property, so he's suing. Defendant Sherry McKay says she reconnected with Bill after he showed up at her husband's funeral. Sherry claims after they moved in together, Bill completely changed, and she suspected he was cheating because he only came home to shower and sleep. Sherry insists Bill abandoned his property, so she refuses to pay him anything.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Tell me what happened.
Well, in about 1997, I met the person with her and her husband and her family. We became friends. Then, lost contact. I heard through the grapevine that her husband was passing away, so I found her. Again, broke contact. One evening at my job, I walked in. There she was, sitting at the bar. Later on that evening, we got together, went to a motel. And so we kind of stayed in contact. I thought it was just going to be a little booty call here and there.
Right. You thought you were just getting another patron drunk and taking advantage
exactly,
of it.
Right. I was seeing
Make
multiple,
her drink a little stiffer than others.
I was seeing multiple people at the time, and she was still seeing someone herself. Well, we ended up getting together. Well, one of the girls that I was with, I kind of chickened out with her. So I called her up and told her, I texted her via.
What do you mean chicken out with her?
I just chickened out. I just didn't want to go all the way through the relationship.
Oh.
Because I wanted to be with this other woman.
Okay.
So I via text her that I got the girl pregnant. It was a lie. Well, this girl, her boyfriend comes back into the picture. I get back with Sherry. I've got some convincing to do. Yeah, I did hurt her heart. So I told her basically that, trust me, we'll try to get this together.
When was this?
This was in 2009.
All right.
I'm in the midst of a separation, so I was staying with her off and on.
You're a busy man.
Yeah, so I'm staying with her, and I end up getting back to my place. We're seeing each other. I moved the lady into my house, and we had some altercations. And
what type? Fights?
Well, in September, one of the gentlemen that frequent the bar got murdered. And 2 days later, one of my coworkers, her name's Crystal, her father is passing on. Well, I volunteer my moral support to Crystal. Trying to help her out.
All right, how did that turn into an altercation?
Well, she came out of the bathroom the next morning after me helping Crystal out one evening and just laid into me. What are you sleep? Yeah, that I'm cheating.
So the altercations were her suspicion that you were cheating after these years of lies and games that you played.
Well, I was at the bar one evening.
I got you, sir. You don't have to give me another example of her being suspicious. Okay. I'm sure she was suspicious. There's no question in my mind that she was. Ma'am, what do you want to tell me?
I met him in approximately 1992. He was one of my husband's very best friends. He was a friend of the family. In 1999, my husband passed away. He came to the funeral. That was pretty much the last time I saw him until about summer of 2008. Like he said, I ran into him at the bar where he was working. He had just lost a bunch of weight, just had gastric bypass, was looking really good. We ended up talking. We ended up hooking up that night, like he said. The next morning, he was like, oh, by the way, I do have a girlfriend. We do live together, so I just want you to know this is just, a one-night thing.
At least he was honest.
Yeah. But it didn't turn out to be a one-night thing because every day after that, he called me, he came over, we started seeing each other on a daily basis. Okay. Said the thing with the other girl was just not working out and he was, they were gonna break up. From 2008 till 2009, like he's talking about, it was just on again, off again. I got a text at work that he got another girl pregnant and he didn't want to see me again. Then I found out that the other girl wasn't pregnant. He just wanted to say that.
So that's what all the arguing was about, right?
And then sometime after Valentine's Day of 2009, like he said, he took me, set me aside and said, you know what, I really can't live without you. I love you. I want to marry you. I'll go buy you a ring right now. He asked me to move in with him to his apartment. So me and my girls gave up the apartment that we had and we moved in with him. As soon as I did, things started they turned bad. He just never came home. The only thing basically he ever did at that apartment was sleep, shower in the morning and go to work. His excuse was always, well, I had to do this for Crystal and I had to drive her here and I had to go to the hospital and stand there while she pulled the plug on her father.
All right,
which I thought sounded a very intimate, private thing that, you do with family. And they were sharing this car and it was just a very boyfriend-girlfriend type of thing to do. So one morning in September, I simply asked him, we were both getting ready for work. And I was like, Bill, is there something going on between you and Crystal? And he got all defensive and he was like, no, we are just friends. Why would you even ask me that? And I said, because, the things that you guys do, it's a very boyfriend-girlfriend type of thing.
Oh, we never even got that far.
And so he came over, kissed me goodbye to go to work, like everything was fine, and left. And didn't come home. Never came home after that. And so texted me maybe that night or a couple days later that, oh, you just don't trust me, so this isn't going to work. Okay. So then in October, the beginning of October, I got a text from him that said, you need to go to the landlord's office and sign a 30-day notice. And then towards the end of October, I had just had surgery one day and the landlord knocked on my door and she said, you only have 10 more days to be here. You have to get out. And I told her, what do you mean 10 days? I didn't sign a 30-day notice. Bill did. Me and my girls have no place to go. So she said, well, are you going to keep the apartment and make the rent? And I said, yes, I will pay November's rent by myself.
Let me get to him on the property, sir.
No problem. The property that I have there is what is left of my apartment.
When did you leave it? Was it one of those nights you disappeared?
No, late September. After the verbal altercation that we had. And her being calm, cool, and collected.
Did you tell her when you were coming back to get it?
No, but I did tell her I would be back to get it. And each time that I went in to go get material that I had there, I would tell somebody there that I would be back to get the rest of it.
Somebody there like whom?
Like her daughter.
How long did you leave your things there?
Well, the third time that I went in to get some of my stuff was in late December.
When was the last time?
Late December.
Late December.
That's not true. It was in November. Okay. He's my witness. He's been with me since November 15th.
Of 09?
It was about November 15th of 09.
And he moved out in September?
Yes.
Of 09?
Yes.
All right. Now, what else did you want me to know?
He came one time in October. The landlord told me he put the 30-day notice in. He had until November 7th to get out his things. He came one time in October while I was at work, took our bed, the dresser, the TV, the DVD player, all of his clothes, pretty much everything in the bedroom except for the dresser that had my clothes.
Did he let you know he was coming back?
No.
When was the last time you heard from him?
Then one more time in November, about November 15th. It was a Saturday afternoon. We were there in the apartment, sitting there. Him and this guy just walked in, didn't knock. They opened the door. They went to the washer and dryer. They took the washer and dryer. They took a bunch of things out of the kitchen, some of the things that were mine. He was just emptying the drawers, not even going through it, just took it, left. And I texted him that day and I said, don't ever walk into my house again without knocking. And he texted me back and said, well, it's my house too.
Okay. The property you're suing her for today, how does she owe you and under what circumstance?
The property that's left in the house is a lot of personal property. The 2 karaoke cabinets that are in there. Did
she prohibit you from getting them?
Yes. Yes, I have.
So?
I have a statement from the PD saying that she refuses.
You would come in on your own, as you did in November. You came in on your own.
The 30-day notice was supposed to be a deploy. That's all. It's phony. It was not supposed to be served to her.
I know you got a lot of tricks up your sleeve.
Yeah.
I'm saying November. Did you go in, as she said, with a key?
Yes.
So why couldn't you have done that earlier?
Well, because at the point in time, I didn't have anywhere to put it.
Okay.
All right. I was staying from friend to friend.
Okay.
And then I ended up renting a
So
room.
she didn't prohibit you. You didn't go and get it because you didn't have any place to put it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so what are you about to show me this police report for?
Well,
You didn't go and get it because you had no place to put it.
Yes, sir.
I didn't change the locks until April when he showed up with the moving
Okay, so
truck.
why didn't you get all your things in November?
Well, because I didn't have a place to store it. I
Okay,
didn't
so
have the
why
income.
you're suing her today because you didn't have a place to store your things?
Well, I didn't have the income to move it at the point in time.
Why are you suing her? What has she done to your personal property?
She's
Nothing.
withholding it. She
What happened
refuses.
to your key?
It's no longer no good.
Okay,
She's
as of
changed a
when?
lot. I don't
April.
know. Okay.
He
April.
saw me change the locks the day he showed up with the moving truck in April.
Oh, I guess she
You
moved.
didn't go before April with your
No.
key?
No, but
Never
I
heard a word from him until
because
April.
I still didn't have a
Oh, you
place.
abandoned your property.
He thought it was
No.
Sherry's
Yeah,
mini
you can't
storage,
leave
Your
something
Honor.
in somebody's house from September into the next year and not
sir.
even inquire because you don't have any place to take it?
Sherry's
Sir,
mini
I
storage.
stayed in touch with her. I did via
No.
text message.
Show me, because you
I
just
don't-
told me you didn't.
I didn't. I don't have the text
I
message.
know you don't. Case
Yeah.
dismissed. You abandoned your property, sir. You can't leave your property in this house.
I just wanted closure today. I didn't want him thinking he had any more rights to that apartment or anything in it. And I'm just really happy with the way the judge decided it. Now I have closure.